All right. Hello, everybody. Let's do a quick mic check. All right. I think that sounds okay. Pop out chat here. I can see chat while I'm painting. All righty. Okay. I think I got everything set up properly. Oops. All right. Hey, everyone. How's it going today? Everyone's having a good day. I need 1 second. Calendar. All righty. Well, I have my palette ready. I just need to get my brushes out and I can get started. Interesting thing, not all the paint is dry from last week, which is very unusual. And I assume because I used a little bit of Miracle Medium. So I will not be using Miracle Medium today. And instead, I'll be using just walnut oil. Yeah, but yeah, it's strange that it's not dry yet. Actually, yeah, that's fine. I'll use walnut oil. I was thinking maybe I should use a drying oil, like a, what's it called? Um, so an alkyd, something that will dry faster. But um, I don't want to, honestly. I don't like them that much. They get sticky. Although it would guarantee that it, well, not guarantee, but make it more likely that it dries. Hmm. That would be the thinking, at least. All right, maybe I talked myself into it a little bit. Use some Galkid. I didn't label these, and now I'm wondering if that's Galkid or if that's the walnut oil, the Alkyd walnut oil. This might be Galkid. Nah, this has to be the walnut oil. There's no skin in it. Galkid would definitely have a skin by now. All right. All right, let's see where things are at here. All right, some elements have kind of drifted, which is very normal for me. Like I've said before, I expect that always. Hold on though. I need one more brush. Oh yeah, things have drifted a little, which is fine. I'll just put things back. I know this painting feels, at least to me, it feels like it's been going on for weeks, and in a way, it has. I haven't been painting as much, so it just sits there in between, you know, in between stream sessions, which do like the stream sessions themselves aren't that much, so really not that long, but if sometimes it can feel like it. All right. All right, let's see here. I was going to use that color, but I just realized way too light. All right. All right. I'm going to have to get the glasses and and the mall stick. I'm having a hard time with the lips, and part of the reason is all the colors are very close together here. So what I might end up doing is I might use a different color or something just to signify things, just so I can see it. Sometimes seeing it, is more important than getting the color right for a certain amount of time at least. Having said that, if I use phthalo blue, it'll be hard to ever get rid of it. So I'm just going to go with black or almost black. Like I said, that's not going to stay, but sometimes you just need it so that I can see it, what I'm doing. some of that stuff, it's like, how can I put this? I don't want to say it doesn't matter at all, but in a way it doesn't because whether or not her hair is a little more this way, a little more that way, won't affect anything. It is not important to the painting. It's not an important detail to to her likeness. And honestly, likeness isn't even all that important in this particular case. However, a lot of times I'll just fix these things because uh, I'm a perfectionist and I can't help myself. And honestly, it gets in the way when I measure. So as I'm trying to, assess where things are, having it incorrect messes with my ability to assess where things are supposed to go. Now, if I know it's incorrect and I can sometimes I can adjust or ignore it. Kind of depends. Definitely makes it more difficult either way. Alrighty. Hey Des, how's it going? Going all right. How you doing, Des? Good to see you. I reached out to the photographer um from the charity event that you did and been in touch with them about using one of their photos for something, possible like on my website type of thing. They're very nice. Yeah, other than that, I don't know, not much going on. I haven't painted in a while, obviously. I haven't made any progress on this. I'm, so from last week till today, basically did nothing on it because I didn't have the time. And April, what is it? April 7th, my schedule is going to change. So we'll see when I'll be able to stream. That's going to change. So no stream on April 7th. June 7th. Sorry, yeah, June, that's what I meant. April. June. June 7th, yeah. So no stream June 7th. But Justin, you were just here. What you? I took too long with the camera and he ran away. Dresden. Sorry, I was gonna pick him up, but yeah. But yeah, so no stream June 7th. And like I said, my schedule's gonna change. So no streams on Sundays anymore. Well, that might not be true, but if I do, they'll be early in the day, like before ending by like 1 local time. My camera switch, I thought it was, I always find it confusing, um, the face cam. Do I want it to look like a mirror or do I want it to not look like a mirror? I never know. It's a little confusing because if I'm looking at it right now, um, like this is my right hand, and if I turn, it's my right hand, but when I'm looking at it, it looks like my left, so it's messing me up. Dresden, are you coming over here or not? Are you gonna run away? Yes, you're gonna run away. That's the one thing cats are. Sometimes I wish they were more like they do what you want more. You see it as my right hand. Okay, so I guess it's accurate then. It's confusing, but accurate. Alrighty. Justin, are you waiting till I put my gloves on to come over here, or is it just it's an hour before dinner and that's all you care about right now? That's what it is. All right. Let's see. What do I want to get started on here? All right. One of the things that's throwing me off is her hair or her hairline. So let's fix that a little bit. So the reason is I sometimes I paint, like if I know the hair is going to cover the skin, then it makes sense to paint the skin underneath it and then, get the paint the what's it called? The hair on top, right? But and it makes sense, but it can also, like right now the hairline's kind of messing me up, I think. So, because it's changing the shape of her head, and that also is messing up any type of like measurements I'm doing. So I'm still gonna try and paint the skin underneath, but I'm gonna try and basically finish that right now and then do the hair. So Des, now that you're done with your commissions, what are you working on? Anything in particular? Nothing. Just as nothing. I get ideas, then I just go, nah, I haven't done anything. I mean, sometimes you need a break. Write your ideas down. It's always worth, you know, doing if you can. I'm using a softer brush right now on purpose because I want there to be softer edges with some of this hair. It says nothing substantial. I'll have to do something soon. All right. So sometimes with hair and stuff like that, using a softer brush to get, softer edges can kind of give you the illusion of the detail of all the different strands and everything without having to obviously actually paint them in. And I'll say I don't know that I always, or I would say rather, I know that I don't always use this technique nearly enough. I mean, don't get me wrong, you don't have to use this softer brush. Hard brush can do the same thing, a firmer brush rather, especially if everything's wet. But a softer brush can obviously give a softer feel to that. I do have some comber brushes, which I have not used yet, and I've heard that they're very good for blending and stuff like that because they create a soft variable edge. But like I said, I haven't tried those yet. That does not look good. I'll fix that in a little bit. The real reason I broke out the softer brush was I'm planning on painting in some hair here, and I want that hair to be softer and blend in more with the background. Oh, it does. I'm sorry to hear that. As it's dealing with a symphony or a cacophony of noises right now. Hi, Winnie. All the cats are like gargoyling right now. They just want me to feed them, even though it's early. All right, let's see here. Okay. I'm doing the thing that a lot of artists do, which is they make things that are important to them larger than they actually are. I'm doing that with the hands right now. Well, not right now. Right now, I'm trying to correct that before right now. All right, Dad. See you in a few minutes. You get back. A common problem that artists, you know, do, you included, I'm not. I have an issue with this too, of course, is that things that are very important to us, we have a tendency to make them larger unintentionally, just by our nature of focusing on them. So, for instance, faces, people when they're new tend to make the eyes larger than they really are, the lips larger than they really are. They make the nose smaller, ears smaller, and so on. I'm doing something similar here, which is with the hands, making the hand essentially larger, the fingers larger than they are, because I I think hands and fingers can, you know, tell a lot about a person or give a lot of feeling to a painting. So it's more important to me, and I unintentionally like enlarging parts of it. All right. There it is. Another towel. Baby boy. Yes, Dan. I know. You don't like my glasses. No. Can't go now. Not yet. You just got here. Please, what do you want? I know you want dinner. It's not dinner time yet, little boy. Just want to go so you can have dinner, but it's not ready yet. I'm not going to feed you right now. Too early. He's purring. I'm just stuck like this for now. Interesting. Your cat's probably just enjoying being in the catio. If I could, I'd just paint with Dresden in my arms, but he won't allow me to. His little claw, he's digging his front paws into me because he's kneading my arm. Okay, little boy. All right. Say goodbye. Show everyone your belly because it's so fluffy and cute. Yeah. Oh, do a quick stretch. Ah. All righty. I will say one of the things that the soft brushes also have an advantage with, um, they generally speaking can form a sharper edge. It's not a very resilient edge, unfortunately, but it is sharper. So sometimes that's useful, sometimes it's not. Like I said, it's not a very strong edge, so any kind of, you know, as soon as you use it, it like vanishes, but can be useful sometimes. Actually, I'm doing this wrong. It's going to try and paint the like detail right there of the finger. But I'm doing it wrong. It's better to just block it in and then paint the highlight, which indicates the detail right there. Instead of trying to paint around it. And honestly, that's true for most of the finger, but the problem is sometimes when you do that, it's hard to see where things are. That can cause problems. That might have been too dark. See here. I think I just messed that up. Oh well. Yeah. think I'm actually going to have to zoom in here. I can see the hand better. Otherwise, I'm just making it up. All right. Got a crazy itch there. Earbuds sometimes do that. I really don't want to have to get a smaller brush than the current one I have to paint the fingers. So we'll see. I did just ruin one of them, but whatever. One of the fingers, I mean. All right. Now, see if I can get it back. It's such a small spot. Sometimes I struggle when the detail, when I start getting too small. And I want to put all the detail in, but the space is not built for such detail. And then I just keep going back and forth trying to get it in there. You guys can't even see half of this stuff right now. It's just turning into a mess with the hands. Might have to give it a break, come back to it. Starting to, I think, lose my patience with it. It's not that I think I can't get this, it's more just that the detail is smaller than my brush, and it makes it a pain to paint sometimes. Oh, 1 second. All right, I think I need to put out more rows. I'm raping the bottom of the file there. 1 second. All right. I should do this with my what's it called? Gloves on. 1 second. All right. All right. There we go. All right, Des, let us know how the cat's doing. All right, let's leave the hand alone for a little bit. Move on, just so I don't get like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like tunnel vision. Sometimes a break from a particular spot can make going back to it a lot easier. Hey, Milo, welcome. You can't stick around, but I wanted to say hi and show some love, brother. Love the teas. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sorry you can't stick around, but it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I appreciate the support. Yeah, man. Thank you very much. Been loving what I've been seeing from you lately. I haven't been watching. I admit I have a hard time. I just don't have the time to watch. Uh, I'd say things that I have to like look at. I watch a lot of stuff that I don't require me to actually visually like look at it. So basically I'm listening to things. But yeah, I've been really enjoying the stuff, the pieces I have been seeing. The Wolverine piece, that was great. Really like that. I appreciate that, and you never got to apologize. The support is felt. Oh, I'm glad. The support is felt. That's the idea. But yeah, good stuff, man. I don't know. I know last stream. I think this like not streaming as much has really like affected my streams a bit. Like I notice I'm not as talkative and everything. Uh, I think part of it is just not doing it as much as you know has actually like made it so that when I do stream, I'm not nearly as like talkative as I normally am on stream. I don't know. Maybe it's just my mood. Who knows? That says I just can't stay chatty. Yeah, I get that. How's the cat, Des, by the way? And also, Des, you bought a new computer and stuff. How have things been with that? Have you started looking into streaming again? I know you'd mentioned it. It is hard to stay chatty. It's a lot easier when there's more people and there's, I guess, more engagement overall. Like it's definitely easier. But I understand. Like I have been streaming lately, like once a week, and not even consistently in the like same time. So I understand why my like stream participants have dropped quite a bit. I'm hoping I can figure out my schedule and everything and get back into a more regular time slot and have it more consistent. Milo says, have an amazing rest of your day, bud. We will catch you up again soon. Absolutely, man. And I hope you have a great stream on your next stream. It says the computer is fine. I haven't streamed yet. Other stuff has been happening with family, and I'm out of the habit, so I'll have to get myself into the groove. Yeah, I feel that. I like doing that when you put down a stroke and you start to like tilt your brush a little to the side, so just the one corner kind of finishes it off. I know it's a very minor thing, I enjoy doing that. I have been seeing some, what's it called? Some YouTube videos recently about painting related stuff that's made me want to make videos responding to them. I don't know if I'll have the time or energy, but yeah, I don't know. It's not like it's not that necessarily I think that they're wrong, but I don't know. Like I said, it's not that I'm like, oh, these YouTubers are completely wrong in their, art opinion. Not at all. But I just sometimes I don't know, whatever some people say, just I disagree with, or I'm like, yeah, that's true, but realistically, it's not an issue, or whatever it is. It makes me want to like respond to it. I don't know. I know I can respond in the comments, but nah, that's usually not the thing to do. I also, so I don't know. We'll see. It's complicated because some of the videos that what's it called? The ideas for videos that I have, while I think that the ideas are fine, um, don't know if it's the type of videos I should be making. Um, in the sense that I don't know that it attracts the right audience. Not that it's going to attract like the wrong audience or be a negative thing. It's more just like, I guess, from a marketing perspective, which I'm not a fan of like in general, but I don't know, maybe I should be more conscious of marketing stuff so that I can actually, sell paintings or, sell more paintings rather. I don't know. I don't know, maybe I'll split my channel into two channels. That seems excessive given the lack of success of my channels, but I don't know. I was thinking of making a called a video. One topic I was thinking about, which is kind of an evergreen topic, so it's not like I don't have anything like specific to talk about or specifically like urgent, but I was thinking about doing a a video about what is it? Color theory. Um, I don't know. I find I find color theory. Um, I mean, I think it's very interesting. I run into a problem with color theory when it comes to, I guess, interacting with other people about color theory because I don't understand color theory, but not in the way that like most people say they don't understand color theory. Like a lot of people say they don't understand color theory and they say that it's so difficult. How can I phrase this? I'm trying to figure out how to phrase it in a way that will make sense. I I don't understand what is difficult about color theory for people to understand. And I don't mean that in a very like arrogant way, um, because I think like there are elements of painting with color that are very, very hard. It's not but there's not a lot to it, I guess. I don't know. Like there's things that you can learn that are, you have to learn and it's hard and I forget some of them, but like, if you're learning like atmospheric perspective, further things are away, the more blue comes in and you start losing the I think it's the yellow drops off first and then the reds drop off. That's why things far away look purple or brown, depending, Um, so like that's something you have to learn. And I get it. Like it's something you have to learn and understand. Um, and like I said, I might have gotten it wrong right now because I always forget it and like look it up again and or whatever. But that's fine. Okay. And most things in color theory are like, like the light is warm, so the shadows are cool. That's not really accurate. Outside in a sunny day, that's accurate usually because the sun's yellow, the light it gives off is yellow. The sky is blue, so the bounced light that isn't receiving yellow light is getting blue light. So anything that's in shadow will get bounced blue light, which makes it seem cool. And then things without that aren't in the light are desaturated, and grays look cool next to warm things. And so it also flips. So if you have a cool light and you have desaturated things in the shadows, gray looks warm next to cool things. Okay. I mean, that wasn't, most people can understand that. It's not that hard. It didn't take forever to teach that right now. Like I can, it's like, it's not, I don't know. I'm not saying there's nothing to it. And I'm not saying that it's easy to implement, but like conceptually, that's not that hard. So I don't know. That says, yeah, I get you. I'm not sure why people freak out and don't understand color or are afraid of it. I mean, I understand not being like good at seeing colors. I understand having difficulty maybe mixing colors, although that one I also think a little bit of practice it makes it pretty easy um, for anybody. It's just people don't practice. And seeing color, same thing. You have to work, you have to practice it a bit. That's, but there's nothing like seeing color correctly can be hard or difficult, but it's not complicated, right? Like so it's one of those things that you have to practice, you have to get good at, and you have to keep practicing it and, like just be good at it in general. Um, and like I said, I'm not saying it's easy, I'm just saying it's not complicated. It's straightforward. It's like, okay, practice seeing color and, keep practicing it when you paint kind of thing. Okay. There's a lot of things in art that I think are very difficult, but very simple. And so I guess that's where it kind of comes in, where I'm like, I don't understand what's complicated about it. I understand it's difficult. I don't understand, like, I guess there's a difference between, like, all right, how can another way to phrase it is like, okay, Des, oh, no worries, deal with your pet stuff. I guess it's like, I don't know, if you want to be, um, like, I don't know, there's a lot of things that if you want to be good at them, you have to practice, you have to, work at it, and it's difficult, but it's not, or it's hard, and I guess difficult and hard both, but it's not, um, difficult to understand, right? I guess is the issue. And that's where but some people are like, when they talk about color theory, they talk about it like they can't possibly grasp it. And I'm just like, I don't understand what part of it you're not understanding. Um, and I suspect that they're like, my theory is that they're either overcomplicating it, or there's an element of it that they're thinking about in a way that I'm not, because I don't, it's not like I'm like, oh, all these people who are having issues with color theory are dumb. That's not what I think at all. I just, but I don't understand where the, like, disconnect is between, like, how some people talk about color theory and how I kind of deal with color theory. So I guess that's the, not issue I have with color theory, but like a thing I have with color theory. Like I said, color, you know, there's a lot of elements in dealing with color that is challenging, difficult, and there are, like, I want to say advanced techniques because that gives off the wrong impression, but when you're doing a full composition, there's a lot that goes into it, but a lot that goes into it, just period, so that's not saying much. And yeah, if you don't know some of the basic color things, I get it. It's a little harder, but yeah, I don't know. Like I've heard people talk about like recipes for mixing colors, and unless it's like I guess a very specific color, or if you want like maybe like a convenience recipe type of thing, I can kind of understand, but like otherwise I don't understand I don't even understand the concept of like a recipe for colors. That doesn't like compute. I don't get it. So I don't know. So I always struggle with like how to talk about color theory with other people. Like I said, I wonder if people are just maybe they're just, could be that people I'm thinking of are just so new. And that would make sense, if they're so new to art. Sure. It's, you know, it's a lot. Or maybe they're so new to color specifically, sure, I get it. Or they're overcomplicating it because of something they heard or something someone else said. That could easily be the case. Or maybe it's they're like me and they think there's more to it and that there's some like secret something that they don't understand because, I kind of feel that way. Like it's like what I don't understand what the issue is. So like maybe there's some secret issue. Some secret, you know, color theory that I don't understand or think of. Or, maybe um, could also be that they just are struggling with painting in general and they, for some reason, think that the issue that they're having is color theory, but really something else. I could see that being this circuit, being the situation too. So, there's a lot of options. But yeah, if I had a bigger following online, I would do a poll or something to find out people uh what people are having issues with. But since I don't, maybe I'll do the video first and then maybe people can respond to it. It says it seems nonstop. Your animals, yeah, dealing with animals, I get that. This painting feels like there's a lot to do on it still. I wish I had more time to work on it. Oh. Uh, I'm reaching the 2 hour limit, and I think I'm reaching my limit too. Stream more often to get back into the habit of streaming and painting, apparently, because I am already exhausted. Yeah. I wanted to keep going. I wanted to be a long stream, but I think I'm going to cut it short. Maybe I can do more short streams. Like maybe I can get into the habit of just doing like, an hour stream a couple like 3 or 4 times a week. Maybe that's better instead of these bigger streams. I don't know, maybe that'll be better. Anyways, I think I'm gonna call it a day for the stream, and then yeah. Yeah, I think so. Anyways, sorry it wasn't longer, everybody. I hope everyone has a good uh, rest of your weekend. If it's a long weekend for you, enjoy the long weekend. Des says, "Have a good night. Have a good night." Check out Milo, his YouTube channel. He does a lot of streams, a lot of fun comic book related stuff. And yeah, I will be back next Sunday. Unless it's the 7th. Is it the 7th next Sunday? I can't keep track of dates. Where's my calendar? Okay, come on, calendar. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe I'll actually post a schedule. That might be smart. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Okay, it loaded. No, it's not the 7th. All right, great. See you next week. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.